Alright, I'm going to call this one the irony of life because I've been thinking, I'm just trying to put it all together here. So, I saw this quote today and find it interesting. It said, "If your employees make more on unemployment, you're not a job creator, you're a poverty exploiter." Now, look around, okay? I feel like the world is now this big, universally collective failed state. And it's not one or the other, it's all. You know, I see things differently. Okay, now it's all connected. Everything that matters is connected. Your senses. Okay, let's talk about a sense we haven't talked about yet. Do you hear me? Does it register, guy? So you can hear when you're born, I guess, from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. What number is that close to? 5 times 3858. 19,290 magnets in the cellular energy solution. So who's to say that you don't hear every magnet in there? If you make this, you gotta understand matter, the periodic table. It wasn't just put together willy-nilly. There was some math in there, I'm pretty sure. So, the irony of life. Why did I say this? Because I applied for my CERB again after working, and kind of irritated me with the questions they asked. They ask you, are you willing and able to work? Yeah, I'm usually a pretty good worker, whatever I do. But imagine if I lived in a reality where they actually gave a shit about innovation. And even though you don't fully understand the whole thing, you know, let's try something else. That's kind of where I want to go with that. So, yeah, wanting to work. Okay. Wanting to work, you know, like they ask you if you're self-employed. Kind of feel like I am because of all the hours that I put into my job. Doing thinking. But it's not really self-employed, am I? Because I can't really take care of the rest of my life with the money that I should be getting for helping people. Now, how does reality really work? The irony of life. You are rewarded for screwing over people. Your wealth is determined on how good you are at screwing others over and staying friends after it's all done. If you work in a banking institution, that's all of you, because what you do screws over everyone. You might know that the car has a bad thing, but you can sell it for that, and as soon as it gets off the lot, the brand new car goes down 30% of its original value after you drive it off a threshold. Is that not an industry of screwing people over? Okay, so we got bankers and let's say auto salesmen. I'm sure there's a few others. Everyone knows somebody who's a snaky, greasy oil salesman. And I was around that. You know, I get the whole snake oil salesman kind of thing. And because I was around it all the time, I knew that that was not something I could force myself to do as an adult because I saw it. I observed it. And it was like a child knows the difference between right and wrong. They know the difference between how to behave with people of differences. You don't have to go into any detail about differences. People with glasses and people without glasses. If your employees make more on unemployment, you're not a job creator, you're a poverty exploiter. Wow. Yeah, that's a failed state. No one seems to be willing to try new ideas, you know? Elon Musk is tweeting that aliens built the pyramids 3,800 years ago. I think he's about 58 years off his assessment of time in that tweet. Don't worry, guy, I hear the magnets. I hear 91 magnets. Maybe multiples of. Maybe I'm base 19,290. You know? I live in a reality where screwing people over to get ahead is pinnacle. And I refuse to abide by that groupthink. And as such, nice guys finish last, and the last 4 or 5 years of my life have been wasted. I had 4 or 5 good years of really good work in me to do stuff that I did this to frustrate myself and besmirch my character for all of eternity. COVID comes around and people are dying left, right, and center, and I'm like looking around going like, what's there to live for? Oh, me putting a mask on is to help you. Right. Of course. They want it selfless. So yeah, wanting to work in my CERB, and they're asking if I'm self-employed, and you know how much money gets thrown around and wasted on everything? Why isn't any thrown around and wasted on? Obviously, this is crazy because this is my next point. The irony of life. Where do you stand on the simulation theory, guy? Where do you stand on it? Oh, a lot of people. I know a lot of people that think this is a simulation. There's a lot of shows out there that show you that this is a simulation theory. Bridging between God and beast. Maybe it's a 6 and 7 number paradigm. Okay, like, come on, black holes and revelations. So it's back to it. Do they or don't they know, or is this a giant synchronicity that only I have found? What do you think is more likely? Come on, people. Do you think I'd like to say that I found all this? No. I saw it because it was there. You can't get past your thick skull with that. I don't know what to say. Simulation theory. They know or don't know. They are proven innocent. No, they are innocent until proven guilty, and there's nothing I can do about that. But then you got guys like Iron Maiden guy going, like, the truth is hidden in plain sight. It's in everything, and it's there, but why won't he tell us the truth? Again, if you have a secret, and you're keeping a secret, part of a secret society, part of a whatever, if I say this, you're going to kill all my family and everything, well, you're a big pussy then, because if you don't want to turn on batteries to make wireless energy and take down the fucking capitalist system, like, that was needed to get here, but is no longer needed because the state has gone as far as it can, and without a drastic innovation of the way people think, and the way to be nicer, and to explore more, and be less judgmental, and like, there's the whole race thing and everything. I'm not gonna start that. I don't have an opinion on it because I don't see people like that. I see coffee as coffee and nothing more. With or without dairy. So they know, okay, so to ask yourself this. Do they know or do they not know, and everything they say and everything they put together is just a synchronicity? Or either I came up with it all on my own, which I find ridiculous because I'm not special and I didn't sign up to do this project. Either I came up with it or I saw it because it was there. I am either very lucid or not. I had to look up the definition of lucid because, I would use it and throw it around, but what does it really mean? Adjective, expressed clearly. Expressed clearly and easy to understand. It's like kindergarten math. Bright or luminous. Yeah, light can bend because maybe magnets. Lots of them playing together. This little thing is just a little Sudoku. You can write that down everywhere and you can tell me how far you can get in pi. 3.1415926535897 9, I think. Yeah. 3238. Just remember balance. Try to keep it balanced. If you do something to the top left, maybe you want to go to the right, bottom right next. I don't know. So, because I hate myself infinitely, I know it is utterly impossible that I came up with this all on my own. There is no way I am that smart. There's no way I am. It's there to be seen. And once you start thinking cynically and like everyone's an asshole, because I live in a reality where screwing people over to get ahead is pinnacle. So when you start questioning everything, that's why I like Joe Rogan. He questions everything, and he says, I'm also an idiot. I'm an asshole and an idiot. Obviously, I'm an asshole. I'm alone. You know, I don't want a part of anyone's boring subroutine. Like, I think you're living in a nice simulation. Like, the Petri dish dome was put on you, and it's nice and warm, and it's kind of building up a little, like life in there, and you're comfortable and cozy. But I saw the dish go down, guy. I'm never going to unsee the dish go down, so I'm going to try to figure out said dish and not worry about all the warm and fuzzies I get from knowing that if I knowingly and willingly screw people over to get ahead, my life would be somewhat better, because it's against every fiber of my body. Because you learn from history, you learn from your mistakes. You don't pretend like they didn't happen and get all social justice-y on people, because people do a lot of this and say a lot of nothing, guy. You want to know the truth, you should learn math. And a little bit different kind of math. Start with creation. It's one page. Oh yeah. So again, like, I don't like to kind of promote, I like to document. These kinds of things are just, it kind of felt good to say all that. The irony of life. Maybe you can kind of I'm very cynical. I make you think. It's the band song. When you awake, you will hear everything. Yeah, when you awake, that song. When you awake, all the symbology I've used in my condescending, irony-filled way of doing it, it'll be clear and evident. Just how I feel when I listen to anything anymore. So, again, do they know or don't they? Does maybe the creator of the content doesn't know? Maybe they're part of the simulation. Maybe they're reacting from the 19,290 magnets that they can hear, and they're encapsulating that to make records. Maybe just the producers know. Maybe the producers like, you should go with this. I'll put this on it. I don't know. Somebody has to know. I think this knowledge is just lost, and it's hidden. Because if it existed, I would know more about it. Like, you could Google Reckoner and it would pop up. Because there's only one. It is a device or table. Yeah, I don't think I came up with it. I saw it because it was there. And because I'm so broken, I can put it back together. That's really fucking sad to say out loud, actually. Your life is filled with distractions. I hear that social media influencers are having a bad time. Allow me to play the world's smallest fiddle for them. The only way I know how.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
You're so useless at life that you created a position where you want the most fame and everyone to know everything about what you're doing. It's like, what's that word called? It's, you're being vain? Vanity. It's one of the seven deadly sins, guy. I gotta watch that. 7. Gluttony. Now, I'm not a social media influencer. I'm a guy trying to make you think differently to find a new solution to the age-old problem of why does everything suck? Why can't everything be better? I am ready, willing, and able to work. I think the first step is education. I'm like this close to ripping off Joey Diaz, man. Okay, I don't like guys that promote gambling. Whatever you quote unquote call the thing that's on TV right now, sports. As soon as that's back, it's like, DraftKings is like its own. I think Robert Kraft is a huge owner. So if you're getting ad money from Robert Kraft, you're basically a New England Patriot in my head. And nah, people shouldn't be promoting gambling right now. That's like, again, I live in a reality where screwing people over to get ahead is pinnacle. Doesn't anyone see this? I feel like I'm on crazy pills.
No!
And I do think I'm lucid because of how I actually like, well, especially, no, not when I talk to people, I guess. Because I probably creep a lot of people. I know that I know this from a long time ago, thanks Sergio, that when I speak, people shake their heads. Even the look I give you, because I'm like a dog with his tail wagging, before I say things, you know that you're going to be shaking your head before I talk. I love that about me. But yeah, you're not in a simulations theory guy. You're in a cell of a very mathematical, precise, orchestrated device in a different layer of the Russian doll, where somebody wised up and made a device, and right now it's on. I don't think it's providing them with wireless energy, but it is providing them with interesting observations, because they would not continue turning one axle if none of the others moved. It's just like taking a chuck to a wireless drill, and then if you could mess with the solenoids and then bridge a bunch more drills off it, and then at the end have a feedback come in after some kind of balanced system is obtained. But you can never have balance with that system because there's so much heat loss and friction loss, and I don't want to get into that. But you need something like, I don't know, an axle sitting in really nice bearings that are full of really crazy magnets of crazy strength. And like, look at, like, I have I had to. I bought magnets that were 1/16 of an inch in diameter. They are so tiny. So that's 1/8 of an inch, and the one next to it, like in it, and you can't see. How do I do that? Well, anyway, there's literally 2 magnets at the tip. Everything is horrible. Yeah, you see how there's like, yeah, you see that? I'm turning it. There's literally 2 magnets for every 1/8. Anyways, they're tiny, but they're powerful. They're strong. A lot of potential. Potential what? Potential to find suckers to screw them over to advance your life and your wealth, irregardless of everyone around you. Yeah, that's a failed state. You're in a failed state mentality still, if you're doing that. You are knowingly and willingly participating in a failed state to keep the status quo as is, so that you could profit and keep things nice and cozy in your petri dish. And I'm the crazy motherfucker running around with a sledgehammer, smashing like Khabib or new Khabib. If we tried a new idea, there's nothing to lose. Like I said, at the end of the day, if Elon Musk funds this and it fails, I'll be embarrassed, but he will have the world's most expensive paperweight. Bar none. Bar none.